right. Here I go again. And this is going to be a beautiful lesson for Sister Deborah. So here I go again. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. I'm coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and will rest therein. I'm coming with a message. So you have free will. You have free will. And this is really to bounce off of what took place on the live yesterday. We were started off talking about if we had the opportunity to speak to the Most High Yah, what would we say? If we just were face to face with him, what would we say? So it started off pretty much giving our feelings of how we would react if we had that opportunity to just see him this day face to face. And I learned something about myself and others, and that how it is very important to stay in tune with the Most High Yah at all times. Don't estimate that you are to give keys to those who cannot even drink water. Okay, you can't give them puree meat. They need to stay with water. Is that sad? It is somewhat, because the Most High caused also it to be as he said it and as he suffered. Okay, Yeshua HaMashiach to set it up. And what Yeshua HaMashiach was doing, he was giving the word to the apostles, but he was giving parables to the multitude. So a number of people were given the parables, because Yah said they see and see not. They hear and hear not. So Yeshua, his whole walk, he didn't give the multitude the word, okay? He gave them parables and he gave his disciples the word. And what the disciples were saying, what is this that you're giving them? You're giving us something different. And he said, for you, I give unto you the word, but to them, I give unto them parables. For seeing, they see not. Hearing, they hear not. So I say unto you, I experienced that yesterday, and it has happened several times where you get on the platform and sometimes it can be one, a lot of times it's either one or two. They can take the whole topic in their direction, okay? And which is fine. It's fine with me, but because I'm a person that believes in people. I believe in people. I believe in giving people a chance. I believe in giving them the benefit of doubt. But when the Spirit of the Most High informed me, it's Deborah. You cannot give people puree meat if they can't even digest water. Ain't no sense of giving them milk. You have to continue to give them water because that's all they're willing to accept. They can digest that. That's why Yeshua wasn't given the multitude. Now I'm saying this here, the multitude, y'all got to understand what the multitude was. 5,000, 3,000. That's the multitude. But yet they didn't get what the disciples received. You see, that's the way the Most High set it up, because he knew that when Yeshua come, and if he gives them the potent word, it will be vain and vast because they can't even handle the water. So I say unto you, I experienced that yesterday when you on the platform and you speaking on a topic, and the topic you're trying to stick to the topic, but you have one or two come in with different topics, and the topic normally either go far left or go far right. But what I did, what was wrong, and I like to apologize. Hello in the live chat, glad to see you here. I would like to apologize because I realized I was trying to give puri meat to those who can't even barely handle water. And that's the truth. And the reason why I say that is about, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say right here, but it got me in a heap of trouble because I was trying to not only give them the keys to the kingdom, which is the word of Yah in its purest form, and Yah did not charge me to do that. I was given that because we got into a conversation about predestined. And I know predestined and ordained is not something for Sister Deborah to discuss on these platforms to people who still drinking water. So when the individual brought up predestined and ordained instant, I said, okay, I got to tell them, because it's like, well, what it was, what sense does that make if everything's already predestined? And see, at that moment, I started shooting off what I have in me. Okay. And just because Yah had put it in me doesn't mean it's meant for others, because he already measured out the portion in which he is willing for the individual to receive. A lot of people, I'm going to tell you, this is what Sister Deborah have said. And I said it yesterday. He said, put your trust in no man. That means don't trust Sister Deborah. Anything that I speak of on this platform, ask the Most High through his Ruach HaKodesh if he will suffer it to teach you what this sister is talking about. Give you some closure or some understanding. That's how Yah wanting you to do. Why? Because then I'm turning it back over. I'm turning the power to Yeshua HaMashiach. Okay? And you're going to Yeshua HaMashiach, because the right hand of HaMashiach is Yah's right hand, all power. He can usher you the Ruach HaKodesh, okay? And in that moment, he can explain to you, this is what she's talking about. Or he can say, you're not ready for this, or she has this, or she knows this, or she's this. No one will be able to go before the Father in spirit and truth and ask of who I am in him without him responding. I'm going to say that. I'm going to have to put that all the way out there. He will respond to you into whom I am, okay, in him, not this world, not my mother, not my father, not my sister, not my brother, but who I am in him. And I love that, because I could care less what I am as a mother or as a sister or as a friend or anything else outside of who I am in him. You see? So I'm going to cover some verses, and I'm going to move kind of swift. So if you want, you can get your pen so you can go over this, so you can also go before the throne of the Most High Yah in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach and say, Father, show me what she said. And I think that's another kind of sad thing. When I was coming up, my mother always knew that I was the light in the house. She always knew it. And because she knew it, she couldn't take my side, or no matter what went wrong, she took all the others, side, because she always knew that I was the light. Isn't that deep? But I can say today, I have the best mother in the world. That's how I still see her. She did the best she knew how. And I can't ask for no more than what she put out, because she showed me that we were her whole world. When you have a household where you're several children, let me tell you, each one of them gonna feel you pulling toward another. You see, a lot of times the house don't understand. Mothers knows how to deal with each individual, whether they're adults or whatever. She deals with them according to who they are. When the Most High allow you to know your children, you meet them where they at. You see, not where they going, but where they at. And that's a blessing from y'all to be able to meet your children where they're at, not where you want them to be. Okay, not where someone else said they should be, but right where they at. And with that being said, y'all will allow you to move in who they are throughout their lives. And that means you always have an upper hand on what's going on with them before they even can come to you and say, well, this is going on. You've been and already felt it as a mother. That's what you call a true spiritual mother. Okay. Now, like I said before, there were several people in the chat yesterday, and they had brought up we have a free will and a free choice. And I thank the Most High for allowing me to pull out these verses, even though I already know the deepness of it. And I'm going to kind of lay the ground a little bit before I go into the verses. What people don't understand is, first of all, let me give you what he gave me. Okay. If we have, as human beings, and think about this, you all, just really think about this. If we as human beings have free will and free choice, can anyone tell me when do this free will and free choice starts and when does it end? So if we have free will and free choice, when does it start and when does it end? Okay. And if we have that free choice, why can't we choose to live eternal and do the things that we want to? If our choice is so powerful, our will is so powerful, we have that choice in the flesh, okay, to do whatever. Why is it we can't call out our start date? That means the day you come in and the day you go out. If you got so much free will and free choice, who's over that choice when you come in and when you go out? To me, without a doubt, I'm walking in spirit and truth now, y'all. I'm talking about spirit and truth. The power rests in he that has the power to bring you in and take you out. Because here it is, if he bring you in in April, okay? And let's say if he bring you in back in 79, and he take you out in the year of 2020, what was your choice? What was your choice? What was your free will? Do you have the free will to live eternal? Do you have the free will and the free choice to live and die? To me, sound like somebody got the upper hand in power. So we need to come on back down to reality. Free will and free choice, as it is given, is a action. Like someone just gave me an example. They say if you go out to your car, that's your choice. Or you decide to go shopping, that's your choice. That's how low-key and ignorant the minds of people, where they will match their free will and their free choice with spirit and truth. You can't do it. You can't do it, because then you run up on somebody like me and say, if you got the free will and the free choice wrapped in your power, tell Sister Deborah, when did you choose to come based on your will and your free will and your free choice? And can you make a choice with your free will and your free choice to die? Not even suicide. Because it's all up in spirit and truth telling us life is in the hand and death of the Most High Yah. So what we have to do, we have to go back and get this thing right. Why? Because it's spirit and truth. And right now, I most likely I'm going to get in trouble again because I'm going beyond a water. Okay? This thing is spirit and truth. Okay? People don't understand you cannot always buckle your flesh up against the spirit of the Most High Yah, which is spirit and truth in you. You cannot. That's why do you think he said we are to get our flesh under, not our flesh, our flesh under the subjection to our spirit. So our spirit would always be the one that ruled and tamed this. But when we buckle up and say we got free choice and we got free will, that's our flesh speaking these things. And then they turn it into real ignorant. Just as I just told you, I can go out that door and go to the store. They messed up from the floor because they, like I told y'all several times in the last 6 months, people don't know nothing, especially all these people teaching. They don't know nothing about spirit and truth. Spirit and truth is what was. That's the back end that knows all things and set everything up. So I'm going to go on and start. That's the question I wanted to ask. If we have such a free will, okay, and a free choice, when does it start and when does it end? And why can't we choose to have eternal life or to come into the world, choose to come into the world and to go out? Why ain't we got that type of power to make all these choices since everything that Yah has created from the heavens, we have looked at it and made him so low that we rule over it with our free will and our free choice. Now I'm going to explain that to you. Now, where I'm going to go is this, and I'm just going to go. I'm going to go where he's leading me. Where I'm going to go, I'm going to first start with Ephesians. In the chapter of Ephesians, chapter 1, verse 11. Chapter 1, verse 11. I'm going to try to turn the power back to the one who holds power. You all don't understand why he said, and they deny the power they're in. It's because if they can deny the power, then they can do any and everything. They can rule choice and will. They can do it in the minds of their minds to manipulate and deceive others, that they can do it. But when it all said and done, they're going to be dying. Because what they're saying is, we don't want the power. We got to put that to the side. We are the power. Because we have the power to make the choices while we're here. And we have the will to do it. What if you have the will, the free will, and you have the free choice, then where is Yah's will? Wait, hold up now. Where is Yah's will? Where is Yahuwah's will? If you got free will and you got free choice, well, where is the will of Yah in this? That's denying the power. When we learn to turn that power back over to the one that holds all power, we'll understand things more and be able to endure more. Now I'm going to go to Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, in whom also we have obtained and an inheritance. How did we get that? We obtained it. How? Wait a minute. Did we give it to ourselves? Hold up. Wait a minute. How did we get that? Being predestined. Predestined is not something we can do. You see, there it goes, some more power. So how do we end up with that? Now listen to this here. In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestined according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. Does that make any sense? Now he's saying a lot of things here. We're obtaining inheritance. We're predestined. Okay? We are purpose in him. Okay? After the counsel of his will. So where is our choice and our free will in this? You ain't gonna find it. And I'm speaking spirit and truth. Okay, so I know what these verses I'm coming from, they strictly spirit and truth, because that's exactly what it's trying to take you away from your flesh and bring you into why things is the way that it is, and it has nothing to do with us. That reminds me of the Hebrew Israelites. They think the whole world was just created for them, and when they stand before the mighty Yah, they're gonna realize never was it. That is not his beginning and his end. We are not his beginning and his end. He has a will. He has a plan from the beginning to the end. And just because you were the people he brought the Messiah through does not give you the right to just assume that the world revolves around you. You just the people that he brought the Messiah through. And he chose you as a people. Now, when you go to Ephesians chapter 1 again, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 and 5. Now listen to this. According as he has chosen us. Wait a minute, hold up, Deborah. How is he gonna choose us? Wait a minute here. In him. This is what I was explaining to you all yesterday. That's the back end. Okay? He chose us in him. Okay? Before the foundation of the world. This is the sort of stuff I would never understand why they will not preach nor teach it. But Deborah, how do you think they can preach and teach when they do not know themselves and they have not received the keys? Remember, what did he say to? He didn't say it to the 12. He told Peter, he receives the keys. He didn't say here, the keys wasn't given to the 12. It was given to Peter first. You know why? Because Peter bust through everything that was saying. He went straight through it and hit solid ground. The Son of Yah. See, and when he said the Son of Yah is identical to what Sister Deborah is saying to you all. The Son of Yah is the right hand of the Father's. It's his all power, called beloved, only begotten, his Son of Yah. Now the angel, Jesus, as the world called him, Yeshua, he is the Son of Man. He could not come down in the flesh. As Christ. He had to come down as the Son of Man. Why? Because he had to die for man. You see? He had to die for man. Christ, which is Father's right hand, had to be the power to see him through the walk and through the power of signs and wonders. Okay? Now, here in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 and 5, it says, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy, without blame, before him in love. Who are you talking about, Deborah? Go back up there where you see the word chosen. See, us that are chosen in him before the foundation of the world, we're going to return back to him. You get that? I know it's too hard because we don't have the power to rule what he has already willed. And that's where the problem is when you see all these denominations, you see all these religions, you see all these people teaching any and everything. They're doing it without the power. They could care less about the power because they can steal the minds of people and the hearts of people. Why? Because they work for the broad gate that leads to destruction. They ain't working. Why do you think Yah was able to say and warn his? The narrow gate is what is to righteous, and very few shall find their end. And then he told his, if it was so, it will fool mine. Who is mine? The chosen, us in him before the foundation of the world, that we shall be holy, without blame, before him in love. Why? Why? Because he already knew that he was sending a redeemer to wash our slate clean. Our garment is going to be white as snow. You see, why? Because we are chosen in him. When? Before the foundation of the world. That's something man and woman don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that. So when they talk about Christians, and they talk about all these other religions, even the Hebrew Israelite, they don't want you to touch that realm because there's no control. See, people don't understand predestined, ordained. I knew you before you was in your mother's womb. That lets you know, wait a minute, y'all got me. You mean I don't have to do what they talk about doing? No, you don't. And that's what they don't like. Why do you think the Christians and all these other denominations wants power over people? They want their funds. They want to control their household. They want to control them in the church. Why? Because the people don't know. They don't know. You're already chosen in Yah. You don't have to be flipping over and under. Now listen to this. And it says, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 and 5, according as he has chosen us. I tried to tell y'all that yesterday. And the Most High told me this. How are you going to give someone puri meat and they can't even digest water? Deborah, you can't, bad as you would want to. Y'all know who I am. He got my number. Bad as you would want to. You want them to have the keys. But it's been about 2.5, probably more than 2, almost 3 years. I've been pleading with the men. Get the keys, y'all. Come on, Josh. Pick the keys up, y'all. Come on, get the keys. Because the keys leads you to the kingdom of heaven. And that's where you begin to understand the kingdom of heavens is like unto. The kingdom of heavens is like unto. The kingdom of heavens is like unto. He said, blessed is he that understand the word and the parables too. That means that's somebody y'all didn't really work with. A lot of people who are chosen, they only know the word, but they don't know the parables. But Sister Deborah knows the parables and the word. You see, he ain't been with me 4 years since I was 4 years old for nothing. Okay. Now here we go in verse 4. No. Let me finish verse 3 and 4 of Ephesians chapter 1. Blessed be the God. No. That wasn't 4. 4 and 5. I'm sorry. Ephesians chapter 1, 4 and 5. According as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy without blame before him in love. That's why Sister Deborah tell you, don't let nobody tell you how you walk, talk, look, dress, sound, eat, whatever. Let the Ruach lead you and guide you to all things. Because if Yah called you, he didn't call them to tell you. He called you to tell them. But it's backwards, y'all. You see? And we're looking on all these platforms trying to get them to tell us. But Yah is saying, no, I sent you to tell them. You got it backwards. Now watch this here. Verse 5. Having predestined you, us unto an adoption of the children by Jesus Christ to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. This is all telling you Yah's will. He told you that in John 1. The word was, and the word is, and in the beginnings, it was with me, it is me. If you go back, if you ever think, let me just go back there. Y'all never thought to really listen to Yah. I know y'all don't listen to him, but I'm just saying you need to really listen to him. Listen to what he's saying. You can hear the fierce. Listen to this. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. That's a statement letting you know to somebody who's all confused where the word rests, where it was, where it is, and where it was at the beginning, where it's going to be at the end. You know, he had to just put it like that. Because when he said that, I said, Father, you sound like some Pharisees in there. He said, it is. It is. Because that's how you have to lay it out. You know, we don't understand that. Now, why would somebody say, in the beginning was the word, there it go again, and the word was with God, there it go again, and the word was God, there it go again, and the same was in the beginning with God. Wait a minute, you're saying 4 sentences pretty much the same. Something going on. Instant, I was able to discern this years ago, y'all. When I see stuff like that, oh, you're saying something, ain't you? Because he's trying to make a statement. And that is what you know. That's when you know that he can speak through these words when he's teaching you. Now, in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 5 says, having predestined us until the adoption of the children of Jesus Christ. To who? To himself. See? According to the good pleasure of his will. You heard men saying women was created for man and not man for woman. Wait a minute. You sick fools. All things were created for Yah. He's sitting here telling us, and for his will, and for his pleasure, and for his purpose. And we sit here and we just deny the power that he has resting within him. We take it away and we smear it. And we confuse the people. Now, I'm going to go to, let's go to 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy. I'm going to go into some of these, and then we're going to go into making the choice. And I'm going to sum it up, and then you're going to understand it really well when I'm done. And it's going to make so much sense when the Most High finished giving it to me. To lay it out. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9. Who have saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works. But now, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. But it's our will. Just wait a minute, hold on now, we got free will. You can't call me, you can't choose me. You can't do nothing. I got a free will to choose you. You see how ignorant that sound, y'all? No, wait a minute, hold on. Let's go over that again. 2 Timothy, or what's that, 2 Timothy? Chapter 1, verse 9. Who have saved us. Wait a minute, I don't want to be saved. I got a choice. I got a free will if I want to be saved. And called us. No, you can't call me. I got a free will. I got a free choice. With an holy calling. With an holy calling. Not according to our works, That slammed the choice. But according to not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which is given us in Christ Jesus before the world began. So look like somebody's looking pretty lost. Wait, I got a free choice. I got a free will. He gives us a free choice to do right. He gives us a free choice to do what we want to do and how we want to do it. Well, what would Christ coming for? What's the sense of redeeming you? Why would Christ come and die and raise Yeshua HaMashiach up so you can continue to have your free choice and your free will? Does that make any sense? See, when you are taught from the back end, you're given the keys to the kingdom. You see, the keys to the kingdom don't make you perfect in your flesh, but it sure perfect you in the spirit of the Most High Yah. So wait a minute, hold up now, Deborah, you're wrong for that now. I got a free choice. I got a free will. Listen to this. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 9. Who have saved us and called us. Wait a minute, when did you call me? Okay, watch this here. With a holy calling. Praise the mighty Yah. How is it with the holy calling? Do y'all understand that? Holy be thy name. He called us with his name. He said, give us this day our daily bread. No, he said, Heavenly Father, which art in heaven, holy. Holy is his name. And he's saying here, what did he do? He called us with a holy calling. Not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Christ Jesus before the world began. So I felt really bad yesterday because I sat back and I said, Father, that was really kind of wrong for me to give them the keys that like that. I shot it to you all, and if you did not get it, it's sad. It's sad. You are lost without a card, because what I gave you, you would never hear. But when you translate what I said to somebody, you can go to a bishop, you can go to a pastor, you can go to a priest, and when you're able to translate what I said to them, you'll blow their mind, because it all comes together and makes sense. But see, it was so much in the chat where everybody was jumping into the conversation with someone who kept questioning instead of listening. He that has an ear, let him hear. And that's what everybody has been doing. It was a time where everybody was praising the Most High in the live chat. And ever since I announced that, it's like now it's conversations set up in the live chat, and people are talking away from what the topic is about. And if the topic is about spirit and truth, and it's about spiritual food, you get enough of flesh food, you can get that anywhere. But you can't get spiritual food anywhere. So it's no need to bring in conversation where the conversation is fine if you are being a hearer. But if you're just being someone to be able to bring in your denomination and your belief, then you messed up from the floor up, baby. Because you're talking to somebody who already received the keys. Yes, I'm going to die like you. I have sinned like you. You see? But let me tell you something. I got something in my spirit that I can say, Abba, Abba, Father. I can go places and lay hands. I can move mountains. So I'm the wrong one. I'm the food for the spirit. I don't have time for the food for the flesh. So that's why I say I give water. Stop giving pureed meat. Pureed meat, I don't know if y'all know what that is. That's easy to digest, easy to swallow. Like somebody don't have any teeth, or someone having a problem with swallowing, or their stomach. The hospital giving pureed meat, pureed. Everything be pureed. So I'm to the point where I'm going back to water after today. Okay, now what he was just saying in 2 Timothy, everyone should have wrote that down and go over that and ask the Most High. I don't put my trust in Deborah. I put my trust in you, Father. Tell me what she talking about. And he revealed that same thing to you that he do to me. But he said, they perish of a lack of knowledge. Because when they get it, they do what? They reject it. Quick. Do y'all know why they reject it? You still don't know, do you? Because you don't have the keys to the kingdom. And the person that comes to give you the keys, you ain't got even sense enough to grab them and run with them. And they go before the throne of the Most High God with them. Say, Father, is this her? The keys? You mean she's saying this? Show me it. He'll take you to a vision. He'll take you to a dream. He'll take you places you ain't never been. You'll be like, that woman is who she says she is. I ain't trying to prove to nobody nothing. I'm going to speak what he put in me to speak. Now I'm going to come to John, the Gospel of John 17. This is what the men and the women are not going to talk about, because it's food for the spirit. That's why when Sister Deborah was talking about polygamy, that's food for the flesh. That's sin for the flesh. You see? And it bothers me to see people who have got some learning ability to be battling and debating them, and they don't have the spirit of truth. And they debating them on something for the flesh. The flesh is sin no matter which way it goes. If it's not serving your Father and worshiping your Father and honoring your Father, it is what it is. It's sin. Okay? Now we're coming from the Gospel of John, chapter 17 and verse 24. Let's just cover that. The Gospel of John, chapter 17, verse 24. And it reads, Father, I will that thou also whom thou hast given me. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, Sister Deborah. Hold up, Sister Deborah. Read that again. Father. Who's talking? Yeshua. Yeshua's talking now. Who is Yeshua? The Son of Man. The angel that was sent down here as the sacrifice, the blood sacrifice for who? Man sin. He's talking to his heavenly Father. Let's listen and see what he's saying. Father, I will that they also whom thou hast given me. Who gave it to him? The Father. The Father. So was this Yeshua's? No, he's an angel like you are. But he knows he's talking about his mission. Those that, listen, let me finish. Those whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am. Hallelujah. That they may behold my glory. Hallelujah. Which thou hast given me. This is where I sit and tell you all, 99.9 of the Hebrew Israelite men have no idea who Christ is and who Yeshua is, which is the world calls Jesus. They have no idea. One is an angel that was sent down here back in from the beginning, that was sacrificed before the foundation of the world. He comes down here as a mission to die as a lamb. Why? In flesh. That's why he had to be born to Mary, because he had to die like you and I would die. or else he couldn't redeem us. So when he went to Gethsemane, then you hear him saying in Gethsemane, oh, take away this bitter cup. What you mean take away this bitter cup? He was feeling what it's like to be flesh without Christ. He was feeling it. He was feeling it like you and I feel. Yeshua had his mission required him to walk us up and down all the way through the end. And he got to Gethsemane, and at the end, he said, take away this bitter cup. Hold up, hold up. That's all right, Christ. Not my will, but thy will. He knew that, okay, I got to complete this. Why? It's time to get up to get up on that cross and feel that pain. It's time to do the fulfillment. That was that angel from heaven who was saying, take away this bitter cup, not mine, but thy will. Who is he saying that to? He was talking to Christ. He was talking to Christ, the Father's right hand, because Christ got to get back up. Christ has to back up off of him. Why? Because he had to die like you and I would for our sins to be redeemed. See, his mission was to walk like we do. That's why I say to you all, why are our people mimicking David, polygamy, Abraham, polygamy, Jacob, polygamy, Solomon? Why are y'all trying to mimic that? You're supposed to be mimicking Christ. That's the one died for you. That's the one come to redeem you. That's the one holds the blood. So what are you doing? You don't want to mimic him, but he was to walk for us, that we too may endure until the end. Now, here he's saying in John 17 and 24. Let's complete it. I'm going to go on and say the whole verse. Just listen to this. Father, I will that they also, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am, that they might behold my glory, which thou hast given me. What he has said, and I know I shouldn't give this to you, but I'm going to give it because I want to complete what the Most High has given me. Anyway, right there he said, which thou hast given me. He's separating himself from the Father. Because 99.20 million people don't know that. That's why they deny the power. They deny Christ because they don't believe that Christ is the power of the Most High Yah's right hand. Okay? For thou loveth me. Listen to this. Now, this is why I don't understand, y'all. This is where I do not understand. That conversation I gave y'all yesterday, this is taking you right back to what Sister Deborah was saying before the foundation of the world. Look what happened. For thou loveth me before the foundation of the world. That was the Son of Man speaking to the Father in heaven and his power, Christ, that you loved me, you gave me these ones to work with. Okay? I want them to see my glory, see who I am in thee. You see? He has a glory. Yah has all glory. But Christ, Yeshua, Son of Man, has glory. Not Son of Man. Yes, Son of Man, he has glory. Okay? So he's saying to the Most High, those that he has given him, the 12 that he has given him, this is what he's saying. In a sense, thank you. Thank you for all that you have done before the foundation of the world. So it took place way back. And here go Yeshua telling them thousands of years later that he was the Redeemer. And he's just thanking the Most High. And when he says this here, who you think he's saying this to? You think he's saying this truly to Yah? Yes, he is. But what is he sending a message to? Deborah. Deborah. He's sending this to me so I can be able to rightly divide the word of truth. You see? Rightly divided. How? By what is flesh and what is spirit and truth. You can't see that, can you? Now one of you can read it and actually see a different entity from the Father is speaking. But yet, He's thanking him for what he did before the foundation of the world. He said it from here. I love it, me, for thy. He telling Yah, you loved me before the foundation of the world. So you think I would stand on this devil platform and give you the impression in any way that he ain't who he is and was before the foundation of the world? I laid it all out to you all. Y'all need to go back and read. Y'all need to go back and hear that video. I laid something to you that you would never hear a person on this devil platform teach you all, because they can't teach you what Yah ain't gave them. And that's okay too, because he's going, what much is given, much is going to be required. It ain't like Sister Deborah is perfect and she all that. No. I know that I ain't nowhere near it. And I'm not ashamed. Because I want you all to understand, to give that power back to who it belonged to. Give that power back to who it belonged to. Now let's go to John 1. I already did John 1 and 1 and 2. I already did that. Say 1 Corinthians. I just want to just kind of wipe up some things from yesterday, because I needed to touch this. But when you giving someone something so potent, you realize, wait a minute, what did I just do? So I wanted to bring it back and kind of make it kind of mellow a little bit and kind of pan it out a little bit here. And we in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 7. Let's see what it says. But we speak the wisdom of Yah in a mystery. Y'all got some wisdom. That's a mystery. This is what Sister Deborah tell you. The flesh has knowledge. It has wisdom. It has understanding. Don't they have scholars and people who got high IQ and people who just got all this knowledge and all this wisdom? That's in the flesh. But your spirit, when the Ruach HaKodesh come to abide in you and you in it, you have wisdom, knowledge, and the understanding is the Ruach HaKodesh, the one that said he will teach you all things. You're covered. You're covered. And guess what? The cover you now have in the spirit overseed that which you have in the flesh. That's why your flesh won't give you the time of day to know spirit and truth. It is afraid that it will spill out over onto it. And it'll have to line up. That's how deep it is, y'all. That's sad, but that's how deep it is. That's really how deep. 1 Corinthians 2 and 7. But we speak the wisdom of Yah in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom. See, that's what I was telling y'all. Wait a minute. Let me do that again. Verse 7. But we speak the wisdom of Yah in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Yah ordained before the world unto our glory. This stuff took place before. This stuff didn't get on this earth and everything you start to have your choice and you start to have your will. Your choice and your will can outride your stupidity. When you take it back and realize that, wait a minute, he set this thing up from the floor up before the foundation of the world. So all I have to do is what? Hang on to Yeshua HaMashiach, because HaMashiach give you the Ruach HaKodesh. That's why he said, tarry, just wait up, y'all, just hold up. The Ruach is on, because that's what Yeshua HaMashiach do. HaMashiach, which is the right hand of Yah's power, come in, bring that spirit into you, into your spirit. Okay, now here it's also saying in verse 7, but we speak the wisdom of Yah in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom. See, they think they got the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. That's what the flesh think. That's what all these one on this devil platform think. They've been on here so long. And the wisdom they teaching you, that's not it, y'all. The knowledge that they teach you, that's not it. See, and the understanding is what? Because that is spirit and it is truth. Okay, that is the Ruach HaKodesh, which Yah ordained before the world until our glory. So we have to really stand down on a lot of things that we're trying to grab power and authority over, especially free will and free choice. And we're gonna cover that, and it's gonna smooth out. You're gonna say, wow, that makes sense now. And you're understanding. Let's go to Romans chapter 8. It's going to make a lot of sense before, and I'm not going to hold you very long. Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. And what does Romans chapter 8 verse 29 says? For whom he did foreknew. Wait a minute. Hold up, Father Yah. Hold up, Father Yah. What are they talking about? Let's go over it again. For whom he did foreknew. When did he foreknew you? Before the foundation of the world, y'all. So wait a minute. What was going on before the foundation of the world? What was going on in the kingdom? The real heaven, where the throne of the Most High Yah is. Okay, it says in 29, and this is Romans chapter 8 and verse 29. For whom he did foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his son. Okay, the image of his son. Okay, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. What do you mean, firstborn? Born in the spirit and not in the flesh. This thing is spirit and truth, y'all. They want to rumble this thing to you all in the flesh. Once you can step out of that realm in the flesh, you're going to start receiving the power. And through that power, you're going to start to do things, be able to do things, make things be. You're going to be able to do a lot of things, but you got to get beyond that flesh who's trying to tell you, I got a choice. Yeah, you got a choice to go in that bathroom and take a bath. You got a choice to sit at the table and fix your food. But don't get that mixed up with the will of Yah that has the final say-so of your life from the beginning and the end that was, that is, and that shall be. Is locked in the heavens. And nobody have the choice on that but him. And it's going to make sense to you when I'm finished. Okay, I want to cover that again. Romans chapter 8 and 29. And let me see that 29 again. Let me read that. For whom he did foreknew. What do you mean you foreknew? No, let's go and bump it back up to 28. Romans 8, chapter 28. And we know that all things work together for the good to them that loves Yah, to them who are called according to his purpose. Wait a minute. I thought the purpose of a woman is for a man. Huh? Wait a minute. Let me read that again. And we know that all things work together for the good to them who loves Yah, to them who are called according to his purpose. Why do we think everything is to our purpose? Now, if it's to his purpose, how do we overpower his purpose with our will, our free will, and our free choice? Somebody need to answer that. How can we overpower his will that he ordained before the foundation of the world? He predestined for us. How do we overpower his will? Listen to this. According to his purpose. How could we screw up his purpose? Can we do that? I wouldn't dare think I have that type of power. What that does is, I've told that to you all many a time, stay your butt behind him. And matter of fact, stay a distance behind him. Because what we do is we run up on him all the time and running up on the Most High from his back. we're running up on him, it's because we think we know him like that. You don't know him like that until you know spirit and truth. You don't know him like that until you know spirit and truth. Now, verse 29, for whom he did foreknew. Wait a minute, didn't you know us before we knew ourselves? You knew us before we was in our mother's womb. You didn't. I know you did. And he also did predestine to be conformed to the image of his son. He did that, y'all, before heavens and earth was created. So while you run around here thinking it's what you do, how you act, how you treat, and how you do, when you finish, if you are walking in his light, it's because you were the one that Christ was coming to redeem. When you see this stuff, when you don't dawn on you all how all these men are cutting up from the floor up out here, and all these women are cutting up in the Hebrew Israelite movement, killing, stealing, and destroying their nation, their community, their brothers, their sisters, but yet they chosen to walk in the New Jerusalem. Come on now, y'all. You think that's what that's about? No, it's not. Their walk and the way they conducting themselves represent which way they going. And it's sad they can't discern it. That's why it's not about you, Isaac and Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. It's not about you being a seed. You know how many seeds they didn't have? It ain't about that. You got to be the seed, the spiritual seed that came down in them. It's a spiritual seed that was dropped in them all the way to Matthew's. All you do is go to the first chapter of Matthew's and you see all in one listed. Those are the one that carried the seed and then turn around and hand it to Yeshua HaMashiach, the child that was born. You see? So if they don't have the seed, they ain't going nowhere. And that seed rests also in Yeshua HaMashiach. That's that same seed that was in Abraham, that was in Isaac, that was in Jacob. But it's a spiritual seed, y'all. It's a spiritual seed. It's not a natural bloodline seed. That's the way they got y'all. They got y'all there in this new awakening. They got y'all there, and they got you. Okay, so we're going to go to Psalms 139. Let's go to Psalms 139, and we're gonna wrap it up, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up because I'm gonna flatten it out with our choice. I'm gonna let you know where they're getting this choice mess from. Psalms 139. In Psalms 139, it says, Psalms 139. I like Psalms. I like Proverbs too. Psalms 139 and verse 13. Psalms 139 and verse 13. For thou hast possessed my ruins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. Tell me, what choice did you have in that? What free will did you have in that? Can I say that again? Psalms 139, verse 13. Let me go bump it up to 12. Maybe kind of can give it some. I could bump it up to 11 because I'm seeing a lot of good stuff here. Let's bump it on up to the 11. And I don't even think it's me. No. He said, go up higher, Deborah. So I'm going to bump it up to 10. So Psalms 39 and 10, because the Most High wants y'all to see somebody on this live chat. He wants you to see something in here. If I take verse 10, Psalms 139, verse 10, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. Verse 11, if I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be my light about me. Yea, the darkness hid it not from thee, but the night shineth as the day. The darkness and the light are both a light, a like to thee. That's someone who can't even discern that they're different. You see, there's a difference in darkness and light. But listen to this here. What does it say? But the light are both a light to thee. You see how is that not a person that's confused? Okay, watch this here. Why is that? Verse 13. This is our verse. For thou hast possessed my ruins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. Okay, 14. And I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right will. When did he know right will? Hold up now, Father. Y'all, wait a minute now. This before this wait a minute, before they was in their mother's womb. Going back to what I was trying to explain to y'all yesterday. Those that come down here, the angels that comes down here, they are righteous angels. Okay. So what if they get off the right path? Or so what if they get caught down here and get confused? It don't matter. That's what Christ came to do. Just to shed the blood so that they can get back on track. That's it. That's it. That's it. Here, what's that? What's that? Psalms 139 and 13. It's letting you know straight up. For thou hast possessed my ruins. Thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. How was that? How was you done that? In his mother's womb. Yah has already, before we get here, he makes sure from the top to the bottom, we sealed in his righteous. Do that mean we perfect and we do everything righteous? No, because we're born into a world of sin. And we're going to get off past, and there's some that ain't going to ever get off. But there's many going to get off, but he's going to send them back home through Yeshua HaMashiach. So we're going to go to Isaiah, and this is the last one on being predestined before the foundation. I keep telling you all, your free choice and your free will ain't what you think it is, okay? It's not what you think it is, okay? And Isaiah 44 and 24. And we're gonna smooth this thing out tonight. Because all it takes is one. And they take the heart of others. Because if they can do it to Yah, they can do it to anybody. That's how you think the whole house of Israel has been rebellion and disobedient. Not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because he never called them that. But that's how they got like that. All it takes is one. And they lead the multitude straight that way. And the multitude run. That's why he didn't give the multitude the word. Because they weren't looking for nothing. Okay. Isaiah 44 and 24. Isaiah 44 and 24. Isaiah 44 and 24. Okay. Thus said the Lord, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. Wait a minute. He formed you from the womb. I am. Wait a minute. Hold up now. Where's that choice at? Where's that free will? Where's that choice? If he formed you, predestined you, ordained you, chosen you, how is all your free will and your choice? How is that? He said, I ordered your steps. So how is it he's going to order your steps, but you have the power to free choice? Let's go here. Isaiah 44 and 24. Thou said Yah, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am the Lord that make it all things that stretch for the heavens alone. Letting you know he did this himself. He didn't have no help with this. He's telling you his right hand is his power. Christ is his right hand. It's his power. He did this alone. That spread it abroad the earth by myself. Why is we trying to take on his power? Why is it we doing exactly what he said? We deny his power. When you deny his power, that's another reason why you're messed up from the floor up and can't get it. Want to hold on to your free will choice, and you ain't got no choice. Let me see you drop dead. Get the choice up to get up. See if you can get up. Let me see you drop your butt down dead and get up. With that choice, you think you have the power to get up with. You ain't going to have no choice then. Wait a minute. Hey, furthermore, let me see you come onto the earth whenever you get ready with your choice. Let me see you get sick. And since your power is so great with your will, your free will, and your free choice, let me see you get healed. See, that's the problem is we as men and women deny the power they're in. We refuse to give the power to whom it belongs to because we don't want to see him with nothing. We want to claim his power. We want to claim his authority. We want to claim his rulership. We want to claim his honor. Look at these men running around here talking about kings and priests, and what is it? Lion and all. You ain't nothing but a bunch of crap when that ground hits you when you fall and you're out of here. I like to know who, when that breath of life come out of you, who choice is that? Oh, your choice? You got a free will choice? When he said he ordered our steps in him, then tell me what steps do you order? If he ordered your steps in him, what steps are you ordering with your free will choice? Now, let's get it. We have a spirit. Now, Sister Deborah been teaching this for the last 6 months. You have a spirit and you have a flesh. Okay? Your flesh is the only thing that's on the earth that has choices to do the things of the flesh. Why? Because that flesh, it only go one place in which it come from. Okay? It don't have nothing in spirit. It don't have nothing for eternal. It don't have nothing in truth. It don't have nothing to do with righteous. It don't have nothing to do with just. Who gives a rat's behind because you have a choice to go cook you some food and eat it? Who gives a rat behind because you have a choice to go drinking and driving? Who give a rat's behind because you can get in the car and go shopping? Those the only choice you have is in your flesh. And what is all of that? What you say, Solomon? Deborah, tell him. Vain and vast. So enjoy your flesh while you can with your free will and your free choice. Since you gave your flesh so much power and authority to try to overrule my Father who ordained all things in the heavens before the foundation of the world. Oh, you don't want that. You want to make it look like you got the power. Tell me, when your tail fall out and lose your first breath, where is your power at then? Where is your choice? Where is your free will? Why you can't get up? Because you ain't never had the power and you don't have the choice nor the free will like you think you do. Your free will and your free choice is so limited, I wouldn't even tell nobody about it. Because all it is sin and wicked and evil. It has no connection to the Most High God. Why do you think they run around here killing and hating? Not teaching you all righteousness. What is spirit and truth? Not teaching you there's a difference between your flesh and a difference between your spirit. So that you can get your spirit to tame this flesh. No, they want your flesh to have, we get the free will and free of choice. You don't get nothing if he ordered your steps, because the steps that he has ordered, he said, is of a good man. It's something that he ordered from his will to go his way. And the way that they're going to go is that they're going to come down here and they're going to get attached to the Savior, the Redeemer. And they're going to go back to where they belong. While you all stupidity going to be down here talking about, I got the choice. You darn right, you got a choice to go kill somebody here and go kill somebody there. You got the choice in the flesh. Let me tell you what y'all telling me right now. He said, yeah, tell them, Deborah, I created the wicked for the days of evil. So even the wicked don't have its own choice. Now, what you gonna say about that one? So if the wicked was created for the days of evil, which choice did he have? He didn't have now. He was created for the purpose of what is evil. You see? So what choice did the wicked have? None but to do what y'all already knew they were able to do. And that's where he created them to continue to do what he knew they would be able to do, because he created them to do just that. Why? Because he already knew them before the foundation of the world. He knew when they got their butts kicked down here what they was going to do. Manipulate you to believe that you got the power of free will and free choice. If that's the case, go back when you was a little child and see why didn't you change all your free will and your free choice? Somebody needs to tell me, answer that. Why couldn't you go back and change everything since you got such a free will and a free choice? You know why? Because everything you did was wicked and evil. What nothing you done that was righteousness or in spirit and truth. And anything that came after that is because he chose you to be redeemed. And faith, the spirit of faith has been holding you up until Yeshua HaMashiach ushered the Ruach in you. Because heavens already know you're coming back from where you belong. And those that has fallen in wickedness, they came down here, they fallen already. They ain't coming here to do no good, no jest. So stop this bull crap talking about free will and free choice. Throw that mess to the dogs, because that's where it belongs. You ain't got no free will to nothing but be stupid to your flesh. Free will and free choice cannot outride the will of the Father for his will and his purpose. Didn't he say, I created the devil? No, I created wicked for the days of evil. Wait a minute, hold up. Even the wicked don't have the choice to do what they want? No. Sister Deborah then sat here and told y'all time after time that he said that the beast is loose. Now, how can y'all tell Sister Deborah that the beast is loose? Heaven's got all the answer. It orchestrated everything. He said, didn't I, Deborah, created the wicked for the days of evil? He said, not only did he tell y'all that, no, y'all want somebody to tell y'all stupid stuff so that you can run around and believe a lie than to believe the truth. And guess what? That's biblical spoken. They were going to believe a lie than to believe the truth. So free will, you got a free will to be stupid in your flesh. You got a free will to do all the sin that's here. That's your free will. That's your free will. So you want to have your free will? Yeah, you got your free will. And that is to conquer all the sin that's out down here, all the wicked and evil. Because guess what? The true will, that's eternal. He already called it out. He said, broad is the gate to destruction. Hey, wait a minute. What you doing knowing about that? We got our free will. We don't have to go to the broad. We can go to the narrow. We got our free will. We got our free choice. He already called the broad gate being broad. And that means many shall go in therein. So how do he know that? Wait a minute, Father, y'all, how you know that? They got their own choices. They say choices. You don't know nothing about their choices. So what are you saying? The gate to destruction is broad. And many going to go therein. And how you know that? How you know that the gate is narrow, Father, y'all? They got free choice and free will. They can go either way they want to. But how do you know? See how they put him? You see how they do him? In Romans 1, that's what that talks about, how they try to make him like he's a man. They try to not let him be who he is, and he's going to be that whether you like it or not. That's why in John, he said just like this here. Let me show you here. What did he say? And see, y'all wouldn't be able to discern this, but I can because spiritual, his voice I hear. And if you hear it, you'll hear this too, but you can't. So that just kicked you all out of the pocket. Okay. In John 1:1, what did he say? Because he's letting y'all know you ain't going to mess up what I'm talking about. I am it and that when you finish. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was with Yah. And the Word was Yah. And the same was in the beginning with Yah. And then, let me hit it forward. Let me hit forward. Let me hit 3. And all things was made by him. When were they made? Before the foundation of the world. All this was done before the foundation of the world. Let me see what he said. And without him was not anything made that was made. That was before the foundation of the world. That's where the blueprint is at. When he began to speak it in his power, his right hand power began to bring it forth. But it's something that took place before it came forth. That's everything that was, is, and shall be. Bam! That's it, Deborah. I'm finished. That's what he's saying. We run around here thinking it's about us. The rest is that because he's telling you it's over, y'all. Rest in what I already said. I got this thing here as a guide and an instruction for you all. Sit your butt down and rest therein. Get that ruach in you. Pray for it if you don't have it. See, what people don't understand, it's already his will. It's set. People who don't desire, who don't want to walk in light and want to continue to walk in darkness, they're going to continue to do it, even though they're going to portray that they're walking in light. But they're really walking in darkness. They can also manipulate many to believe that they're walking in the light. But what they don't know is Yah said, if it was so, I got some down yonder that can't be fooled. I love that when he said that, because that shows you that he got his that's on this earth that you just ain't going to mess up on the floor. You ain't going to just tell them anything and think they're going to believe it. They know what's up because they have the keys to the kingdom and he gave them to them. Okay. Now, not predestined, free will. The free will you got is when you want to go in that bathroom and crap, you can go in there. You're free to crap. You want to come in the kitchen and eat, you're free to eat. You see? You think that your will is so powerful, you can do whatever you want. Guess what? You go out here, try to kill somebody if you want. Your free will gonna make you die. You see? Because you ain't gonna have no free will to just take people's lives. Only one can take a life is where death comes, when he sent death for that life. And before that person can take anybody's life in accident, in a fire, in anything, y'all have to commission death to go to bring the breath of life back unto him. So what free will do individual have? Only the sin in their life. That's it. And all of us have sinned and come short. That's the free will we have. But the true free will, which is spirit and truth, you ain't got no power over nothing but to walk the footsteps that he has ordered for you. And if he ain't ordered no footsteps for you, that means yours, you know where you're going. If he ain't ordered your footsteps, you already know where you're going. Because the devil didn't order your steps. So that's where you're going. You're going that route. Didn't he say the steps of a good man is ordered by Yah? See, he already ordered what's his. He already gave them. Look, y'all know where I'm at. You know how I set up. You know how I rumble. I wrap this thing up And I said, it's finished, y'all. And see, what the ignorance of people today, when he said he rest and that it was finished, you know what he was talking about? He already saw the New Jerusalem. It's over, y'all. See, we was thinking he was talking about just everything that was created. No, baby. He said he finished, he rested, because he said, okay, it's finished. I made my New Jerusalem. When we thought he was just saying it's finished because he finished creating it. Then no, baby, he talking about the whole overall. Because before it was here and it was spoken, it was there. And he saw it. So it was finished in him. He could rest and say, okay, let it sit back and let it see it all run. That's all. That's what he was talking about. That's why he called the New Jerusalem a place of rest. See? And no one ever realized that's what the rest really was. He was saying, everything is finished. Not because the earth is here and the animals. No. Everything from the beginning to the end is finished, and I finished it, and I'm time for me to stand back and watch all that was, all that is, and all that shall be is in my will. And not one drop will drop away. Now, another question, another thing we was dealing with in the conversation, in the chat line, was a lot of stuff that really tanked your spirit. When people bring into the chat line things that has nothing to do with spirit and truth, meaning if they're not feeding your spirit, y'all kick them out to the curb and let them know you got to get off of here. Because I need too much going on in the world. I don't want to hear that the first woman was created this and Adam this. And if it's not spirit and truth that's going to feed my spirit, man, which is the light that's in you, tell them, kick that stuff to the curb. Tell them, get off of here. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Keep that to yourself. Eve was a God and a mother. You want to be that? You go on. Because Eve ain't redeemed me. Eve didn't create me before the foundation of the world. Eve didn't predestine me. Eve didn't ordain me. Eve didn't call me a prophet, a prophetess. Eve didn't know me before the foundation of the world, and then created me and shaped me according to his. So all this about Eve, all this about all these other women that was here before Eve, that's crap. Why? It's for the flesh. And when people come on your chat line talking like that, you got to chop them down. But they coming to interfere with you. They can't interfere with me and nothing I'm saying. I'm strictly spirit and truth. So what can they do to me? What can they do to me? Nothing. They can do nothing to me. Why? Because I'm bought with a price. I have the keys. I know who he is. I ain't finna steal trying to take his power under the table and on top of the table. I ain't trying to make nobody think that I have the choice or I have the free will. The stupidity in it is, yes, you have the free will to put yourself in that bathroom and crap if you want to. Fix yourself some dinner. But you don't have the free will like you think. Because get your butt out there and try to rob a bank and see if you be successful and think it's a free will. You're going to catch up with what you out there doing. And it's going to catch up with you. And then you're going to see yourself free to the jail or 6 foot under. And then I wonder what happened to your free will, your free choice. Get that mess out of y'all minds. That's for the flesh. It'll get you killed. Thinking you got that power of choice. You'll take your butt 6 foot under quicker than you would think. With this high power, we got a free choice. You ain't got nothing if he said he did everything before the foundation of the world. Tell me, what part were you? Okay, I said an example. Remember with Job? That's what he was telling Job. Where were you? If you're all this and that, and you know this and you know that, where was you when I hung the star? That whole chapter was all about Job getting set down. Because y'all was telling him, look, you ain't got no choice in this. You wasn't here. You don't know how this rumble. You don't know how I set this up. You don't know how I planned this from the beginning to the end. Stand down. And what Job had to do, stand his tail down. Because he couldn't even answer what he said. What was you when I hung the star? Since you got it all, you weren't even present. Because I hadn't even created you. So don't come here trying to tell me what I do from the heavens. Just believe who I am, who I say I am. And the thing about other things about temptation, we want to clear something up about temptation and being tested. The Most High have said, do not ever say that you are tempted of Yah, because Yah tempt no man. A lot of the biblical have been smeared, okay? And they have taken words and made it out of the way mindset man would think that it's sin, and way the man accept it and understand it. Let's take Abraham, who sacrificed Isaac. We would say that that was a test, okay? We would say Yah was testing him, okay? How can Yah test him? And he gave Abraham the spirit of faith. See, the spirit of faith is the substance of things unseen, but yet believed. And how would you say that, Deborah, that he gave that to Abraham? Because before Abraham was charged to sacrifice his son, which many would say he was tested, what did Yah tell him? Isaac would be a nation. He's coming to rule and be a nation that cannot be numbered. So if you take him out as a child and kill him, how can he be that big nation you told me he was going to be? So Abraham knew that. He knew that Yah had him, his back and his front. Yah was not testing Abraham. He was using the faith, that gift of faith, so Abraham can recognize the faith that is within him. See, the faith is the substance of things unseen, but yet believed. So Abraham was given that already. So if he believes something, okay, that he can't see, and that's what happened. He just did what God told him to do. That's faith. That was faith. And the faith, if y'all ever do your study, guess what faith is? It ain't got nothing to do with your nasty flesh. Your flesh cannot even inherit faith. Not the faith that's spirit and truth. Faith is the substance, that spirit and truth is the substance of that which cannot be seen, but yet you hardly believe. Abraham had that. And guess what else he had? He had the prophecy that Isaac was going to have children more than the stars in the sea, or the stars in the sky and the sand on the sea. So wait a minute, you telling me to sacrifice him, take his life? How can that be? Abraham quickly went up to the mountain and did exactly what I said the Most High charged him. So someone would say, when Abraham was tested, use your spiritual sense. Nothing was put up there but faith. That's it. Faith. Him believing that even if I do this here, I'm showing that I have faith that you said Isaac was going to be many nations. I mean, bring many nations, not nation. What did he say? Like the stars in the sky, in the sand, on the sea. That many people. So how can Isaac do that if I'm going to sacrifice? Y'all see how y'all miss everything that's spirit and truth? You miss it because when you get in the flesh, you only can see it. Oh, y'all test Abraham on the mountain to kill Isaac. He wasn't testing Abraham. Abraham would tell you right now, you's a lie. He already had told me Isaac was going, his lineage was going to be like the sand of the sea. And the stars. Look up there, Abraham. Your son Isaac is going to have family, children, like that. As many as you can count. You ain't going to be able to count them. That's what Isaac going to have. So Abraham goes up there. He already didn't know. Wait a minute, you already told me who Isaac is. But if I sacrifice him, he can't do that. So I know this is all got something to do with something else. It's called faith. And faith is a spirit that God gives us. And it'll hold us up and it'll hold us down in all the wrong place, in all the right places. That is spirit and that is truth. So Sister Deborah don't want to hold you long. But another thing, tempted, I've seen many times in verses where many were tempted, but no one was tempted in this book like Yah was by us as a nation. We tempted Yah every chance we get from Genesis to Revelation. We've been tempted. So we walk around and we say that Yah is tempting us. Okay. If he's tempting us or he's testing us, what would be the purpose for Sister Deborah to be tested when heavens has already predestined me to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down? So he knows my beginning and my end. So why do he need to come to test me in the midst of the beginning and the end? If you already know I'm going to be here, I'm going to go to here. What's the testing for? You have to get that and put that in the right contents and in spirit and in truth. And that's where a lot of them get lost. A lot of them get mixed up and lost because they don't understand. He don't have to test you. You do enough sin to test yourself. So he don't have to test you. Not the way they are thinking that he has time to stand around and say, I'm going to test and see if you're going to do this. Or I'm going to put you through this here to see if you're going to do this. Want me to tell y'all something that's, I know none of you all don't know? If Yah is so busy testing us and testing, how can he test the faith? You gave us the spirit. Remember, he said, I didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. You remember that? So if fear is a spirit, and then faith, the Bible already said, is a spirit. So what's the testing? What is he testing? And why should he test anything when everything is? Everything that shall be has already been in him. Everything that should come, y'all done seen it. He closed up long time ago. And we sitting around here playing monkey games, thinking that he caught up in all our ways of thinking, feeling, and characterizing the way he is and how he rumbled. So Sister Deborah, would tell you, we need to get off of this thing. And that's why the Hebrew Israelite nation, especially the tribe of Judah, is stuck. They are stuck, and nobody has said a word. They are stuck and stupid because we're running around here trying to make this book be what we want to be, and as if we got all the power. That's why you see them debating the Torah, debating Hebrew, speaking Hebrew, and they debating what this say and that say. But baby, you can debate this book all for another trillion years, but try see if you can debate spirit and truth. You're not going to be able to, because it's going to ride high at all times. That's the part he said, when there's two or more joined, I'll be in the midst. That means stand down, let me speak. That's all he said. They don't want to do that. They want to throw their books, their opinion, their ideals, and they this and they that. But no one wants to stand on what is spirit and what is truth. And I like to say thank everyone for being in the live chat. I hope you got something out of the lesson today. And don't think that y'all are sitting in heaven, sitting low and high, tempting and testing you. Come on now, he's the creator. What do he need to do that with you for? He predestined any and everything for him. He don't need to keep coming down here testing nothing. All this sin and mess that's going on, everything that he has predestined. I tell you, He had prophesied about. Ain't we seeing that? So why do he need to come up in there and start testing us? He already know who's going to make it back to the kingdom, to his bosom. He already know who's going to eternal damnation, to the eternal fire. He already know who going to walk through that door to the New Jerusalem. He already know that. So what is he testing? Because we think he's like a human being. He have to work and function like a man. We gone, y'all. We gone. So Sister Deborah was saying to you, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I hope you got something out of it. And go over those verses. And also look up testing and tempting. And understand, a lot of this in here has been smeared. I'm not going to take this from you. But many things have been smeared. If you take the word God and you take, what else? The word Lord. If you take all those words, which is so important, which is the number one word that's spread in this book, and it's been changed, okay? That lets you know that when he says study thyself, rightly dividing the word of truth. He wants you to know the difference between the two. But the way people are today, they need the Ruach HaKodesh. So Sister Deborah was saying too, I appreciate you all again. And I would like for you all to really stay in the light. Stay in the hand of the Most High Yah. You already know if you got it already. Don't let nobody take it with all this other stuff that they believe in. Because when they finish, guess what they talking about? Flesh. That's what they talk about, y'all. They talking about what's in the flesh. That's why polygamy is so weak in spirit and truth, because it's about flesh. It's not about spirit and truth. And if it's not about spirit and truth, that which feeds your spirit, then you kick that mess to the curb and don't take it to your bosom and believe. So Sister Deborah say, I love you all and I appreciate you all coming. And I will say shalom and shalom. See you again. Love you.